Yes, guys, this is Netting Last and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is Infinity Warfare and the campaign in regards to where the actual stories come from and other information that has come to light in regards to it. Now, the story inspiration from what we've been hearing and an interview that they actually took with GameSpot was that it is not a sci-fi setting. Yes, guys, a lot of people are thinking straight away that Call of Duty and going all sci-fi being set up into space, but apparently the story's inspiration does not come from sci-fi whatsoever. This is exactly what they said. They said the approach that we've been taking with this game, the inspirations don't come from sci-fi or space in any way. The inspirations come from war stories. This is Call of Duty. We are talking about warfare, and in this case, infinite warfare, and what we feel is that classical told narratives can take place in any settings. Now, for me personally, that is a very fine balance, especially to be taking Call of Duty, moving it into that far into the future where we've got space warfare, spaceships and everything else like that, and not to actually have a sci-fi setting, and it just to be based on particular war stories is a very, very interesting way to go. One thing that they did state, and they actually clarified, there are going to be no aliens whatsoever. I haven't heard any information before there was going to be any aliens, but it was a little bit worrying that it's going to be set in a space that we could have something like that, and especially maybe some droids or anything else like that. I mean, obviously there are some sort of robots and obviously some armored vehicles and things like that, obviously, as we've been seeing in the trailer, but there's no going to be crazy like droids that you're seeing in like Star Wars or anything else like that, and there certainly isn't going to be any aliens whatsoever at all as well. And they finally went on to say it is definitely man versus man. The truth is that war follows us everywhere. We feel like this is going to give the trademark Call of Duty feeling no matter what settings we are in, and fundamentally there is no fatigue for a good story well told no matter what the genre. So that is very, very bold reading from Infinity Ward there, coming about the actual the actual campaign in itself. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out without having that much of a sci-fi setting. Now, in regards to the actual story mission itself, what they have also said in a separate interview with IGN is that there will also be side missions alongside the main story as well, and that will actually provide players with in-game rewards. The first part of the interview, what they said was, as the captain of the UNSA Retribution, which is a carrier that you command, you can order it to go and engage in different missions in non-linear order. So basically you're going to be able to go off and complete different missions on, say, like different particular moons, maybe Mars, maybe the moon itself, Venus, planet Earth, things like that, and maybe even have space battles as well, and that way you'll be able to pick up certain bits of gear, certain rewards that you can be able to carry forward into other missions, kind of like the way that Destiny does like to be able to run it, that you have to go off on that and help try and get other equipment to help you try and get you through those levels. I'm hoping that it's not going to get repetitive, that you have to do the same kind of thing over and over again, so we have to hold out and see actually how this one works out. But it is very interesting to see from a campaign side thing that you're going to be able to have all these little separate missions as well. Then they went on to saying, we are telling a linear story, but along the way you can choose to attack targets of opportunity, and attacking those targets of opportunity will reward you with various items, progression and loot elements that will help you accomplish the next main mission that you accept from your command. He added, noting they will also reveal optional elements of the story. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see, because I think that the way that the game is going to be working out, especially trying to plan out through your campaign, is that you're going to be wanting to probably try and do some of these side missions, try and pick up a few things to help you in the later stages of some of the actual levels that you're going to be needing to complete the whole campaign overall, and especially if you're trying to complete it on, say, like veteran or whatever is the hardest particular one. So for that one, it is very interesting to be able to see. Now, in regards to the actual missions in themselves and also the side missions, trying to get from place to place is going to happen pretty much without no loading screens whatsoever. Now, this is going to be a very, very big thing indeed. It really, really is, because especially when you look at like Destiny, when you're trying to drop off into certain planets, trying to get from place to place, you constantly you're looking at your ship, that's a loading screen, then you have to go for another place, that's another loading screen, and sometimes it can take a little bit of time to get from bit to bit, and it can get a little bit more frustrating. It just get quite repetitive after a while. But now, according to Infinity Warfare and their campaign, is what they're saying is that the ground missions, the actual space combat, and when you drop in and there to different places, will happen with few or no loading screens whatsoever. Now, this is a very, very, very big thing. What they went on to say was many parts of the campaign, from boots on the ground to piloting a jet fighter to zero-G and space combat, will occur as near seamless, action-packed experience with few visible loading times, and delivers the signature blockbuster franchise moments that fans love. So you're going to have plenty of cinematic things going on as you're jetting off into space and everything else like that. So it's got that blockbuster feel that you're looking like you're watching a film and everything else like that, trying to give you the real feel of you actually being there, but also being able to get straight into combat straight away. Basically what they were saying was apparently you could have boots on the ground to fighting through the streets on the city of Earth, call it your Jackal, get into it, fly up into the atmosphere, engage in a dogfight over the orbit of the Earth, finish that dogfight, land on the deck of a carrier, get into the carrier, go up to a bridge, order your ship and go on to the next mission. All of it happens seamlessly with absolutely no loading screens. Now, that is very, very good news for anyone who particularly likes campaign modes, because there's one thing that I do particularly hate is loads and loads of loading screens. It can get very, very frustrating, and the fact that this is going to happen pretty much seamlessly, you're going to be able to drop from one place to another and just keep on your game without having to worry about it loading all the time is a very, very big thing indeed. So anyway guys, this is just a little rundown of some of the campaign information that I've been hearing at the moment, and for me personally it is very, very good. It does sound quite interesting. I know a lot of people are not really into the space thing, but if they can keep with the Call of Duty feel, not this sci-fi thing, and if people can actually get into the fact that you might have a few space battles here and there and can quite enjoy yourself just for having a little bit of a change up here and there, it could move on to a very, very good game indeed. But anyway guys, I'm going to leave that one with you, so let me know guys exactly what you're thinking about this. It'll be very, very interesting to see. But coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you're smashing that, and guys, if you could drop a like on this video and support my channel, it'd be even better. This is Nearly Last, and I'll see you later.